pies that I know. First and foremost, we've got to get the filling done. I've got 3 onions here, peeled and sliced, OK? So that's in a pan with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. I want a sprig of rosemary. And then I've got 3 cloves of garlic. Just grate it on a grater. Or you could slice it up, but it's quite nice, I think. Or you could use one of those funny little garlic pressers. So that goes into there. Like that. Mix it in. And at this point, I want a nice knob of butter. About 2 ounces. Straight in. While it's melting, I've got 2 sticks of celery that I've just finely sliced. 2 carrots, peeled and sliced. Mushrooms. Just slice them up. Don't use button mushrooms, because I hate them. Field mushrooms, portobello mushrooms. And you can kind of break them up in your hands a little bit as well. Good flavour. And then over here, I've got some brisket of beef. I've got inch dice of brisket of beef, and straight in there. So, at this point, we're just about there. A big pinch of pepper, a big pinch of salt, and then 1 can, just under a pint, of Guinness. Just going to pour that in. Guinness and red meat is genius. And I just want to stir in a heaped tablespoon of flour, and that's just to give it an element of body and thickness. All I have to do now is just get a little bit of water or beef stock and just top that up just a little bit so you can see the meat, but it's not covering it. Lid goes on. I'm going to put that in an oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit, just to let all the flavours mix up, and you're going to get a really nice, robust stew, perfect either for a stew or for a filling. Right, this stew's been in for about 2 hours. Let's have a little look. What you really want for a perfect pie filling is a reasonably dry stew inside. If it's too wet, there's just going to be stock and juice pouring everywhere. So I'm going to leave that there, and I want to get into pastry mode. I'm cheating, because I'm actually going to use a pre-bought puff pastry. And when you go to supermarkets now, you can get all butter, pre-packed, pre-made puff pastry. And to be honest, I can't think of a situation where I'd ever make my own puff pastry. It's a right palaver. It needs quite a bit of experience and time to do it. So I'm just going to get it out onto there. And I want to just cut off a third of it, just like that, for my lid. And then I want a little bit of flour. And this is an opportunity really to sort of go over some real basics of rolling. And when I was taught to do it, I was always taught to roll in front of you. So not sort of go like this or like that. Just move the pastry around to suit you and keep it lightly dusted so it's not going to stick. And I want to get this pastry rolled out to about 3 millimetres thick. Oh, nearly did it then. You nearly caught me. My old pastry teacher would kill me for that. Right, so we're there. All I want to do is take the pastry to one side, get my lovely dish, let the sides in here, like that, and have the excess hanging over. Now, once you've done that, we can start thinking about filling this little baby. On the cheese front, I've got 100 grams of cheddar cheese stirred into the stew. And all I want to do now is get this filling in here, like this. Look at that. Every last bit of it. And then very importantly, you want another 100 grams of cheese, or another handful, on the top. There you go. And that just makes a little cap on the top. And then, with this little bit of pastry, very quickly roll out your lid. You don't need it to be massive, you just need it to cover the exposed stew, really. And you can have it a little bit thicker. Crack an egg in there. First and foremost, I want to get my egg wash and just brush it around the outside here. And what this is going to do is going to kind of give you a nice seal between the lid of the pastry and the bottom of the pastry. And of course, that's just going to help to hold in all the juices and hold in the steam and the flavour. And then, as far as this lid's concerned, just score it lightly with a knife in a crisscross fashion, about 1 centimetre apart. It's not just to make it look pretty, actually. When the puff pastry cooks and it starts to puff up, it goes different directions and you kind of have more crispy bits. And it's like the best bit some ways. So just score that across like that. Egg wash this now. And then I'm going to pick this up and put this straight over the pie. And then with these bits, just pull them back over and crinkle this up. And absolutely, if you were taught officially in college to do this, you'd have been told to clean off the excess and crimp the sides. And I'm like, well, I don't want to throw away any stuff. I don't want to waste any stuff. People are always fighting over the pastry. Plus, I think it makes it look nice and rustic. Quaff it all up like that. And look at that. That is a beautiful pie. I'm now going to put that in the oven, back at 180, 350 Fahrenheit. And I'll cook that for about 40 minutes or until bubbling and golden. And that is a good one. Right, I've got some nice frozen peas, dare I say it. Frozen peas are fantastic, actually. Tossed in some butter, and that is it. My pie's had about 40 minutes in here. Have a look at that. Beautiful. Let's serve this little baby up. Go on, right over the top. Wow, beautiful.